Yo, people, lateness is greatness. Welcome back into the building. You already know what time it is. It's time for another episode of London Clubs Carnage. And it's been a couple weeks since we had the full cast and crew here ready to dissect what happened over the weekend. There's a lot to get into. I'm not going to lie. Everybody's got smiles on their faces apart from one man who dropped points. It's a little bit unfortunate.
Nah, he's smiling. He's supports Man City now.
Yeah, I'm on loan, man. I don't know what you're talking about. This my boy Myra's slapping a brace last night. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no. We're not having no Man City dialogue here. You're an Arsenal fan. You're going to have to talk about Lacazette turning into Dan James and all that good stuff. But before we get into that, big up to the chat. Hope you guys are well again. It's been a while since we did this show live, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy this one. I mean, start off with Toby, bro. How are you? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's very, very rare that I feel a bit happy, but yeah, I'm not complaining. At this point in time anyway. Still not happy with where we are as a team. Still think we're mudded, but listen, 2 wins on the bounce. Like, I have to take some positive in that and be happy that my baller, my player, my king in Dom finally came to the party.
I thought he was going to say Harry Kane.
For a full 90 minutes. Harry Kane is King Kane as well. He's back too as well. So yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm happy.
That Harry Kane performance kind of reminded me of last season.
They literally never learn. I swear.
They never learn. Oh shit.
Let them enjoy it, man. Let them enjoy
with
it.
With what? Wait, why do learn with what? Can't I be happy?
I've been up in Dombele for having an 8 out of 10 against 19th place Newcastle, who've just sacked Steve Bruce. Yeah. All right. You're shameless.
No, I'm not shameless.
You're shameless, mate.
I'm not shameless. Starters, I never said that's the be-all and end-all. I said I'm happy he played well. Should he be dominating against Newcastle? Absolutely yes. Do we need more from him? Absolutely yes. But if we've won, I'm not just going to sit here and say, oh, fuck it anyway. That's what he should be doing anyway.
Well,
I need to be impressed. I was impressed with his performance. So I'm just going to say it. I was impressed with his performance. But I do agree. You got to take the opposition into consideration. He's playing against bums like Isaac Hayden, playing against bums like Longstaff. I don't know which one, Matty, Sean. They're both shit. And then you got headless chicken, Joe Willock, purple patches over, and he just runs around but doesn't really have any.
Oh, you're enjoying that one, aren't you? Because you said it. But last time he was on form, you was calling him out. And
people say, Joe Willock this, Joe Willock that. The purple and the purple patch is over now. Now, actually try and help us get some control matches. He's dumbfounded. But hey, I'm the hater. I'm the Arsenal hater, right? Cool. Anyway, you know what? You're right. You're fair enough. Let's manage expectations at Newcastle. But that being said, I was happy Dom gave us that performance over the 90. I was happy with that.
Obviously, Harold Kane scored, and it reminds me of last season when I think he scored 2 against Newcastle. He had a really good game as well. Got an assist as well in this match. So it was a great goal that he assisted. I think Lucas Moura and Ndombele linked up in the build-up, and then they find Harry Kane and they slide it across. It was very well worked. Lovely goal to score. I mean, Corey, how are you? A lovely win against Everton. To be fair, regardless of how the game was, I didn't get to see it, but a win at Everton is a win. That's a very good result for a team that are in that 5th, 6th, 7th hunt. You know what I mean? That's a brilliant result. So how are you feeling after that?
Yeah, you're right. It is a big win, actually, to be fair. And normally, I think Moyes' record against Benitez, he hadn't got a win against him since 2006. So I was thinking the omens already are stacking up, but fair play to us. I thought we looked really good in possession. Should have created more chances or at least taken our chances. But that's what I mean, mate. It sets us up for a nice little game on Sunday, 5th versus 6th. So that's going to be real interesting because we're in decent form. I think our away record is one of the better in the leagues now. So shows you how far we've come, to be fair. And yeah, can't complain, mate. Got Genk tomorrow, so big week.
Declan Rice is putting in some big performances. It's just making it even more clear that Southgate, when he has him for England, it's just like having a completely different situation. It's a completely different player for England because it's just not the same Declan Rice. He's coming forward. He's getting involved in the attack now. Like you said, he's adding goals to his game. I don't know. I guess you could say the same thing with Sancho at Man United. Like, it's just there's no point even really analysing the England team when you're looking at the way that the players go over there and just put in completely different performances. Maguire, to a good extent, I guess, he's much better for England than he is at Man United.
Dec's been a different level this season, let's be honest. Probably 7-8 games now. He's been he's taken his game to another level. And I think against Everton, it shows you he was able to control the game. He could get involved in the counters, everything. So everything that everyone sort of questions about him, Passing as well was superb. It is a drop off for England, obviously, because of the way that they play. But for us, he gets licensed and to do what he wants, and yeah, he's getting better, mate.
Yeah, and obviously for me, Brentford, I've spoken about it enough. But Lee, Lacazette doing up celebration like Dan James, 2-2. People are losing their shit. You know, it's like the Champions League final all over again.
I was watching
Barcelona. Campbell scored.
I had it on in the background. I was watching Lee's watch along, and he was going in.
The standards, bro.
It's just a shambles, and it sums up the football club. You got the goalkeeper legging it 100 yards to celebrate with him. Like, why aren't you picking the ball up and running back to the centre circle? Like, do you know what I mean? It's the whole mentality. And then the goalkeeper has put out yesterday on his Instagram, oh, not what I expected to be doing on a weekend, and it's him taking a throw-in. Number one, mate, it was Monday. That's not the weekend. Yeah, number two, who cares? He's so angry. You know what I mean? The whole club is clapped. That mentality alone of legging it 100 yards to celebrate, yeah, leave. Yeah, leave. Leave. You're not good enough. You ain't got it, mate. You ain't got it. You're celebrating a draw at home to Crystal Palace. Just let that sink in a minute. Yeah?
It reminds me of, remember when Liverpool celebrated the draw against West Brom at home? They did the whole thing in front of the Kop. And obviously, Dan James as well, Martial.
That was kind of different, because I think that was one of his first games, if not his first game, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe it was like his first goal, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like he was trying to get that, like, get everyone together, which is, listen, it's obviously worked 4 or 5 years later, isn't it? But I've seen people jumping around nearly snapping tables in half at AFTV, bruv. I mean, come on. Like seriously, like, and all over the timeline, it's, yeah, but at least we didn't lose. Mate, you lot were cussing Unai Emery for a lot less. And now it's, yeah, well, at least we didn't lose to Brighton. At least we didn't lose to Palace. Just sack him and take half of these divs with you, man. Like, seriously, this fan base is clapped. It's clapped. I don't care. There's nobody can tell me and justify to me, yeah, that this football club wouldn't be better if all this lot just fucked off. Yeah? Seriously. I hope we get battered every week, because until this fan base changes, yeah, its mentality, we are always going to be doing this. And let's be real here, right? Our fans have been sitting there crying about playing on Monday and then playing again on Friday. What are they going to do if we qualify for Europa League then? Like, do you know what I mean? And the thing
you
is,
have so many time to prepare for your game. Like, I remember when we won the title under Conte, we had no European football. People forget, like, a lot of Chelsea fans forget this key factor. We was able to not have to rotate the team and also prepare a full week for our fixtures, which allowed us to be obviously better on the pitch tactically. This is to Arteta's advantage, and you guys are struggling to beat Palace at home without a Wilfried Zaha. And by the way, nicking it in the last minute. And then you're struggling to beat Brighton, who had injuries as well. Me and Toby were saying this. But everybody wanted to get, jolly and wank over the 3 wins in a row.
His record at home,
you won the North London derby.
We have won 8 out of our last 23 games at home.
It's embarrassing.
That's a shambles, mate. 8 out of our last 28 at home.
Like,
yeah?
Say what you want.
I mean, come on, seriously, it's a shambles. I want to find you a video very quickly, yeah?
Whilst we're finding that as well, Lee, if there's one thing, no matter how much banter we've given Arsenal fans over the years and stuff, like even Wenger at his worst, even Unai Emery, the one thing that that has been staple over the years at Arsenal is the home record. Arsenal's home record at the Emirates is usually strong. Check it on the Emery. Check it on the Wenger's last season at Arsenal. The issue was when they used to travel away from home at times. It's only maybe in the last 2.5 year period where the home record has literally taken a nosedive. It started with Emery in his last season, and it's got significantly worse under Arteta, taking batterings to every single Tom, Dick, and Harry on the land.
Mate, we've got Villa next. He's lost 3 out of 3 against Dean Smith, and I tweeted.
Is that a home, mate, as well?
Yeah, it's at home. Yeah, last year they battered us 3-0.
The thing is that's actually mad though. Like, honestly, when I think of going to the Emirates now, it doesn't faze me at all. If anything, it's probably easier in a way because you're going away and all the fans are expecting something, and you know that it will just play into your hands. And that team crumble under pressure. And it's interesting as well with the results, because had you lost some of those games, if you'd lost to Brighton, if you'd lost to Palace, the pressure would have been real, and it should be real. But because you've drawn, everyone can go, oh, he's unbeaten in X amount of games. I'm like, oh, God's sake, man, the standards are on the floor.
Mate, they are. They're in the gutter. Look at this video, right? I found it, yeah? Right?
I saw that.
Nah.
Yeah, it gets worse. It gets worse.
What a waste, man. What a waste, man.
I can't deep. Like you guys are legit celebrating like as if you are like
Mate,
in a
that's only 20
relegation
seconds
scrap
into
this year.
this
You know
one
when
minute 21.
when a team gets promoted and they manage to scrape a draw in a game
Yeah,
where they
that's
haven't
what it
played.
is.
Like you're legit. That is the way that you man are acting. Like as if you're in a relegation battle, you're racing to 40 points, and every single point, you know, is critical.
Mate,
that is how it feels.
That teaser there sums up Arsenal fan base in a nutshell. Yeah, it's absolutely full of divs. Yeah, that are all younger pretty much than 25. The majority of our fans are under 25. Why is it Arsenal have more of these divs than any other fan base? I'll tell you why, because of Arsene Wenger. Yeah, that's why. Oh, Wenger, oh, Henry, oh, they got statue, this and that, yeah. And he has caused this. He has caused this by signing Mesut Ozil as well. He has caused this by saying fourth is a trophy. So now every single div on the planet wants to support Arsenal.
Celebrating a draw.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and said, are you kidding me? And he
And what's mad is he said that about Spurs. He was saying that about Spurs. Like maybe
celebrating a draw.
15,
On the real
16 years
though, Henry's
And I looked at
probably
him and
the
said, "Are you
only
kidding
one
me?"
I've heard come out and say something. Everyone else is shirked, but he's the one that tries to call him out. You can tell Henry's fuming about it.
Did you see his clip yesterday? Did you see his clip yesterday?
On BT
Kate
Sport.
Abdu and stuff. Yeah, they were like, oh, because they were like, oh, will Arsenal finish
get into
in
Europe
this season? And then they were like, you have to be specific, Europa, Conference League. And then Kate Abdo said Europa League, and Henry was the only one that said no, not at this rate.
Yeah, he said from what I've seen recently, no
From what I've
chance.
seen recently, no. And
It
he's
was
right.
ironic that it happened in front of an Invincible. That was what I found hilarious. Like
This is the best bit. It's time to go.
oh, that's lovely. And you know exactly where that tribute's from.
But
Is that what he said about Arteta?
Did he
no.
say that?
He was talking about something else at that point, but somebody clipped
But
it.
at least he
sent it
know.
to me.
Yeah, that's touching though, because
He's definitely Arteta out.
There's only one place where he's got that from.
Yeah,
I think.
Bruv, he's Arteta out. I'm telling you, he don't rate Xhaka. He says he turns the TV off when he's captain. Yeah, and he's definitely Arteta out. Yeah, but he said the other day that he don't see. That was before last night. That he doesn't see any progress.
Yeah, 150 million.
Do you know what I mean?
No progress.
The quicker we
just
sack
think-
him, the better.
I just think it was ironic that it happened in front of Vieira, because you saw Vieira crash into his knees at the Emirates wanting a win with Palace, and then you seen Lacazette, the goalkeeper.
How can you get to a point with Patrick Vieira when he's been there for a few months and they've got more of an identity than Arsenal have in about 2 years? It's just like it's nuts, mate. Who is recruiting these managers? Like, I know Emery again was a bit on the fence because he didn't get the top four, he didn't win that Europa League final. But for me, it's like I look at Arsenal now. I'm being deadly serious. I actually think they're mid-table. I can't see.
No,
them
they
getting past
really
this.
are. Yeah.
No, but I feel like it sounds awful. Like if their squad was clicking, they could compete for top six. But now I'm like,
No, they're
I think if we had a top manager, we could compete for top four. Because I feel like if you could get Laka and Aubameyang firing like Emery had them firing, that in itself pushes us straight up to sixth and above. Yeah, and then if you sort the defence out and get the midfield starting to bang a few goals, I think we could push for top four. But you have to have a top class manager to do that. You know, somebody like Conte, somebody like Ten Hag, managers like that, get them in. Yeah, and ain't gonna happen, mate. This club have shafted us. Yeah, and that's down to the fans. The fans are to blame for all of this, mate.
What do you think of Ben White's defending for the second goal, Lee? When he was backing away for about 10
You can't call him
yards.
Ben, mate. You can't call him Ben. He'll get the
It's got Benjamin in it.
Oh yeah, shit, he's Benjamin. That was the most awkward interview I've ever seen. Like,
It was weird, wasn't it?
this is why you need more young people doing this stuff. Like, I'm not even trying to say this just because I'm a content creator, but I'm just saying, like, that was awkward. There was no need for it to be that awkward. There was no need for it to be.
That
There was no
interview
need to even
was
be
weird.
asking those questions. Just ask proper questions. Like no one gives a shit what he wants to be called. Benjamin, Ben, Benjani. Just leave him, bro. Just ask him some proper.
I'm just
fucking
surprised that it
questions.
weren't Frimpong being wheeled out asking him what jerk chicken shop he goes to. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I would have preferred that. I love Frim. I would have preferred that.
I
That
love
would have been
Frim
less
as well,
awkward.
man.
It would have been
But
less awkward,
the
and
mad
it would have
thing
been.
about
It
it
would
is-
at least be funny. If you're not going to ask them questions about football, make it funny. Do one or the other. Asking them what their
mad
name
thing
is.
is though, Matisse, right? It's like the audacity to sit there with a straight face and tell the world that you don't know much about Vieira. Like that's what got me out of that. It weren't so much about Ben and Benjamin and all that crap, yeah, right? But to sit there and say you've never watched football, really, I just thought was odd. Like you say you love the game, but then you don't watch the game. So how do you love it then?
Well, let's debate. Let's debate about this, like, because he's obviously sometimes it's a job for them, it's work for them. Would you? I mean, I'll start with you, Toby. Like, if a footballer is not analyzing and watching the game or watching any games for that matter, which is basically what you're saying, would that be an issue for you in terms of like their commitment to the sport or their performance, etc., to maybe improve themselves, or do you not see it like that? If they're maybe at training all day, they're just gonna just unwind and watch Squid Game.
I don't see it. I don't see it like that. I think. Listen, the footballer's gonna do what he's advised to do by his coaching team, etc., etc. But I think Ben White or Benjamin White or whatever, like you should know Vieira. Do you get what I'm saying? You play for the club, and plus he's just signed for Arsenal. You signed for Arsenal, so you have to take it upon yourself to do a little bit of research on the club you're signing for, what made them so successful, and which players were part of that successful era. It's just part and parcel. It's with any player. You'd expect a foreign player to do it when they come overseas, they come to a club, they learn everything there is to learn about the club. Why wouldn't it be the same for Ben White? I didn't really get why he doesn't know Vieira. Like, you don't live under a rock. How old is Ben White? Like 23?
He was saying that he wasn't watching him when he was little, but even still, I wasn't watching. I don't know.
But he's been in the academy setup he's been in the youth setup. He's gone through the FA youth setup, right?
Yeah, and they didn't mention one of the greatest midfielders of the
So
English
yeah,
game
this is
once.
what I'm saying. Fair enough if you don't watch football in your.
And he used to be a
spare
midfielder,
time.
I swear, because he's very I'm pretty sure he used to be a midfielder. He's a ball player.
Played midfield. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, for Leeds, yeah,
Like,
he did play.
Honestly, I don't have an issue with him not watching football, but
I disagree, Toby. Right, and the reason I
know your
disagree
stuff.
is if you're a centre back, right, and I know they do a bit in training with the video analysis and stuff like that. He said the only football he watches is the odd England game here and there, and he'll watch his performances himself for analytical purposes. Yeah, he should be sitting there all week when he goes home watching Danny Ings and Ollie Watkins, because he's going to get ripped a new one this week. Yeah, he's going to get ripped. Yeah, so he should be sitting there when and watching. Like get the club to put a DVD together or something of every time Ollie Watkins has got his back to goal, what does he do? Is there something where he goes one way every time? Is there a layoff he does? Yeah, he should be analysing that to get better. He should also be looking at the likes of Van Dijk, Chiellini, yeah, players like that are top class centre backs, yeah, that are comfortable on the ball as well. Well, Van Dijk is anyway more comfortable than Chiellini, but he should be looking at that to analyse it to make himself be the best he can be. Instead, it's, oh, well, I'm too busy. He actually said, I'm too busy. It's like, too busy doing what, mate? Yeah, what are you doing?
Man's got other hobbies, isn't it?
Well, do you know what I mean? He's obviously
Getting a few more tattoos, probably.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? He's just a prettier Mustafi. That's all he is. That's all he is. He's fucking useless, mate. Yeah, and you're never going to get better unless you analyse what you're doing wrong. Every single game I've watched him this season, I thought, fuck me. Even the Tottenham game, I was like, points in that game, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. When they scored their second goal the other night, he's backing off. The amount of fucking idiots, yeah, on Twitter that are sitting there saying, oh, but he was covering the overlapping run. No, he weren't. Because he probably didn't even know the geezer was running. He was standing there watching the player in front of him going, oh, fuck it, I better back off. I think it's all to engage when you're four. Like, push forward, engage them.
I think there's a certain, like, I have no issue with people jockeying because, of course, they are trying to make sure that they're in a good enough position to anticipate the danger in front of them and the danger that's
Van Dijk jockeys quite a bit, doesn't he?
That's coming. But once you're literally approaching, once the players approach the edge of your box, you have to engage. Like you have to engage as a centre back, and if he passes the ball, you say you've done your bit. Like that's your man. You've done your bit. You've engaged. What I don't get is when you back off. You allow the opponent to shoot, and you're nowhere close to him. It's like who wins there? Who wins there?
Well, the thing is as well, it wasn't like Ben White was isolated, and it was like you had the two Palace attackers going in beyond Edouard. Edouard was just carrying the ball, so he literally had the license to go press him, try and win it. And if you don't, you've got the security behind him. The fact that he didn't, for me, I think I know we dig him out a little bit airily. I think it's coaching, to be fair. Like I do think it's coaching, because any other Premier League defence, I know West Ham for a fact. If that's Zuma, he's going for it. He's not jockeying. I haven't seen West Ham in central areas from the two centre-backs jockey like that. We just don't do it anymore. And I've watched us do it for years before. So it's a coaching problem as well with Ben White. I think he's a good player, and I think he'll come good. But under this manager, I doubt it. And you look at the midfield as well. Partey, again, I didn't think he was great the other night. And there's no protection there either. So
he's been shocking, mate. He's been shocking, mate, if we're being honest. And this is the thing, right? Our fans are so scared to say it. It's like, why are you protecting these players? Like, if you fancy a player, or he's your favourite player, you just protect him no matter what. And it's like Thomas Partey has been bang average since we signed him. Yeah, Saka
struggled with injuries though as well.
Saka and Smith Rowe have been bang average since January. Yeah, but you're not allowed to say that because you're a fake fan. Saka plays better for England. He has done all year. Yeah, this whole calendar year he's played better for England. He's been shocking.
This season though.
And he was shocking last season from Christmas on, or from January, end of January onwards. Yeah, and it was like, I was on Football Terrace yesterday with Terry, right? And we was having a little bit of a debate with somebody who rates Arteta and that. And Terry got up the stats for Smith Rowe and Saka since the end of January. Yeah, and it was like 5 goals or 6 goals or something. And it was like, how are people literally saying that Saka is one of the best right wingers in the league when he's got an output that is worse, literally worse than the majority of right wingers in the league?
But how many games has he played? How many games has he played right wing since January though, Lee? And for me, I really like Bukayo Saka. I think he's a quality prospect, but I do agree that he's been poor. He's been poor this season. But I think with him, you are right. There are some fans who are just afraid to call a spade and say like, yo, this guy's legitimately playing poorly. But I also think that coaching plays its part as well, man. I think when you have so many players in your team that are playing poorly, of course we can criticize those players, and we rightly should. Thomas Partey, another one, he was shit yesterday or the other day, and he was shit against Brighton too. But because he played sick against Spurs, and he's Thomas Partey, let's forget about it. Baller, no doubt, but he has not been good enough so far this season when he's played for Arsenal. But I do think above all these issues, there's the main issue at the top, which is my man, that Gaffer, who's been in the hot seat since January 2020, and he just stinks, bro. He stinks out the joint.
Speaking of gaffers, Ten Hag last night for Ajax 4-0 win against Dortmund with a Sebastian Haller who didn't really cut it at West Ham.
Don't talk to me about it.
That's my segue. That's my segue, because Sebastian Haller didn't really cut it at West Ham. He was brilliant at Frankfurt with Luka Jovic, but also Tadic at Southampton. Yeah, he was a good player, but he didn't really like the Premier League light. What he's doing with that Ajax team, I said it because I thought Dortmund was going to win it immediately. Erling Haaland's in the frame. You just expect them to do the business. But the fact that he was able to smack them up, again, it's just that's the kind of manager. And I think I've seen a few Man United fans kind of want him at Old Trafford. I don't really think he suits managing Ronaldo and Bruno, like these players that are in their prime that don't really press from the front and all this kind of stuff. But Arsenal's young crop of players that you've bought, and then you've got a few outliers that probably need to be sold. I don't know if you could attract a manager of his level right now, but he would be
all day long. All day long, we can attract him. Listen,
you definitely think you could bring someone like that in.
Ajax are a massive football club. Yeah, let's not get that twisted. They are a massive club, right?
Yeah,
and they're Champions League. But this is Arsenal. Yeah,
but is he going to look at
it's
the
a dead Arsenal?
Years?
It's a dead version, but it's still Arsenal. Yeah, and if you ask, I guarantee if Ten Hag got tapped up for this job, he'd take it. Yeah, and he would take it now. I'm adamant of that.
You really think he would risk it? Because I think a lot of managers are being a bit coy these days in terms of.
You've got to look at Ajax and you think, and Arsenal spent a lot of money, but let's play devil's advocate and say they're not going to go out and spend. Ten Hag is a proper coach. He'll work with them players. And what they did with those players, Sebastian Haller included last night, was unreal. And I can see some players in that Arsenal system, Smith Rowe, Saka, really benefited. And he's one of them managers. He's one of them managers as well that if we were talking about Conte, you'd have to go and pay him shed loads. Like, you'd have to really go out your way. But I think Ten Hag would be one where Arsenal could get him just because he's at that kind of level. But I think that's what Arsenal are aiming for now. They're not going to get a top coach, so they've got to go for a coach like that if they're going to improve.
A lot of people see him as the Pep replacement. I think Hall is the top scorer in the Champions League this season. I think at the moment
Makes me sick, mate.
How did that?
I think you'll find it's probably Mahrez, mate. But there we go.
Oh, is it Mahrez?
It's Alaire, isn't it?
I don't think
6 goals.
You're bullshit. It is not Mahrez. You're just doing Mahrez.
I'm not
just saying it. 2 goals and he's top goal scorer already.
I'm going to Google it. I'm sure it is.
I don't know. I might check it in a minute, actually. But yeah, I don't know how West Ham didn't manage to get the best out of them. But
bro, I don't even want to like. This is such an annoying.
Honestly, though, how does this make you feel?
Our fan base, it winds me up so much. Literally every time he scores a goal, someone will pull up a clip and go, "Should have kept him. Should have kept him." I watched that geezer. I'm not joking you, for a year, and I was really nice about it. I was like, if you play to up top, if you play to his strengths, he offered literally nothing. And you look, and I said when he went to Ajax, I thought perfect. He'll get the ball to his feet. He'll get the ball straight to him. He'll have players really close to him. Won't get out of West Ham with where we're at. It was the right decision. People want to play. They want to look at him now and go, "Oh yeah, we could do with him. Yeah, we could." But he's not the same player in our league than he is in that. And I know he's scoring in the Champions League. I know he's in the Champions League. I know he's scoring goals. But that's good coaching. That's different coaching to what we are. So can't look back.
I think Haller was shit at West Ham. We have to call it spade.
No, he was.
Haller was shit at West Ham.
But he was good at Frankfurt. So who's the issue here?
No, it's the Prem, mate. It's the Prem. I don't think he can play in the Prem.
But I agree. I think he needs like a slower, more technical league. Not to say that the Bundesliga was like a slow league. The Bundesliga is actually quite fast-paced, but I think the type of football that they play at Frankfurt and they're playing at Ajax is very different to the type of football they play at West Ham. I think with Haller, he needed to play more like a target man for West Ham, and for someone so big, I don't think he does the target man role well. He's not good at that. He's got technique. He's more with his ball to feet. He's not the guy who will pin a defender back and have flick-ons with his head and stuff like that. So, and plus, above all, the Eredivisie is a much easier league to play in than the Premier League. It's nowhere near as intense. It's nowhere near as aggressive. So he has more space and time to maneuver how he wants. And in that Ajax system as well, which is a ridiculously sick, well-drilled system, he's thriving.
Preach.
And he is top scorer this season in the Champions League. Hello. Then Salah, then Nkunku, Lewandowski, Griezmann, and then my boy Mahrez is drawing with Griezmann and Messi at the minute on 3.
If you actually look at Haller, he can't work in a counter attack. He's not great in a transition. Even when he can win a ball in the air, he's not physically pinning back his man. So when you're in the Prem and you're West Ham, you've actually physically got to get him in that box for him to work his magic. How many times last season did he do it? Was that?
You got to put it on a plate for him, really. That's what
you look at the goal last night. It's a header and he's about 3 yards out. It's a good header, don't get me wrong, and he wins a lot of headers. But you telling me he does as much?
Other than that, he has got nothing really about him, has he?
No.
If you actually look at it, Olivier Giroud is what he should be. He should be that Giroud type. Honestly, I mean that.
He's not as good though, yeah.
But he's not as good, and that's the problem.
Giroud's link up is so underrated.
Signed him, I think that's what they thought they were getting, that like Giroud-esque type player. Yeah,
because he is. That's the thing. Haller, his similarities are like to Giroud. Giroud can do the hold-up stuff better than Haller, but Haller wants the ball to feet more. So does and Giroud is very comfortable with the ball at his feet because he's got a lot of technique. But Haller is not as good as executed as Giroud. And yeah, as we said, he just can't play the way that he needed to play for West Ham. 1 sec. Sorry, guys. I got a call.
No problem, bro. This super chat says the only way I can see Arsenal playing in Europe is by watching Ajax game while I unfocus my eyes. Do you know the other highlight from last night for me? Because obviously I know Liverpool beat Atletico Madrid 3-2. It's kind of similar to Milan game where they went ahead.
That ref and his officials need locking up, by the way.
Yeah. But if you guys saw the Real Madrid game, or any of the highlights, Vinicius Jr. Oh my God!
I didn't see it, mate.
And Modric's pass as well. Like, and obviously Benzema's still doing Benzema things. Like, I'm very worried. Next couple of years, I think Real Madrid are building something mad again. Because if Pogba goes there on a free,
man.
Yeah,
They will not go down
Mbappe,
like Barcelona have gone down, because their fans, and I know Barca fans kind of demand it as well. Yeah, but their fans seem to be a little bit like Arsenal fans at the minute, Barca. Some of their fans are accepting crap.
They need Ten Hag.
And it's mad, because Barcelona normally like 1, 2, 3 games for Messi without a goal and they're jeering him. Yeah. Now Messi's not there and they've all kind of accepted, well, that's that then. Yeah. whereas with Madrid, it's like they lost to Sheriff the other week, and their fans had the white hankies out booing them off the pitch. It's like, you're top of the table. That's the standards I want at my club. Yeah, that you lose one game, even though you've won 7 or 8 in a row, handkerchiefs are out, mate. Fix up. Yeah, because you always keep the standards high at that point. And they've won over 100 trophies for a reason.
They were trying to break into Gareth Bale's car after he'd done so much for
them. After a shit performance. And Sergio Ramos had to calm them down, innit? Yeah, it's mad, but that's the standards, Matisse. That's what the standards should be at every top football club, because the aim of elite sport is to win. Yeah, it's not to finish 4th, it's to win. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? It's like there's only a few clubs in world football that have that standard: Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. The rest, I don't know. Chelsea you could throw into that mix as well. Yeah, Chelsea could put in that. So, I'd say. Other than that, who else has got it? PSG maybe. Yeah, they throw a lot of money at it. They try and do it. Man City try and do it. Juve maybe. Other than that, all the other teams just trying to make up numbers, mate. They couldn't care less about winning.
Vinicius, I've been so impressed with, because for me, his end product was a little bit shaky before. He's always been a really good dribbler. His end product was a little bit shaky, but now that goal that he scored was a little bit. I remember when Ronaldo scored a similar goal. I can't remember. It was in the Champions League. I don't know if it was against Galatasaray or someone, but he did a similar type thing where he weaved his way in and out of between 2 players and then absolutely rifled it with his left foot. It was nuts. So unbelievable. And Modric's pass, that's what I've been missing at Chelsea. I said it on Twitch yesterday, and I've been getting a bit of people in the comments on my last couple uploads saying that I'm a bit maybe too negative with Chelsea right now in terms of the last game against Brentford. I just don't think we're sustainable, and I want to ask you guys, because you're obviously looking at it from a rival perspective. I'll maybe start with you, Corey. Like, from what you're seeing from Chelsea, obviously the defense is doing great things, but in terms of the lack of chances created in the attack, obviously Lukaku's goals have dried up a little bit. We don't really, in my opinion, we don't really know where the next goal is coming from. We're just waiting for somebody to get it. At the moment, I think half of our goal scorers this season have been defenders. So I'm not even saying it from a negative standpoint in terms of like, we're top. But I'm trying to look at the overall perspective in terms of, we might be top, but there's issues here that if we don't fix, we won't be top for long. And then people are going to start panicking afterwards.
I think it's that gap, isn't it? Because you lot, and me included, thought that you would be competing for the title, but that little bit of creativity and those chances that you were creating last season, when they go, all of a sudden Chelsea become that team where they're difficult to break down. And I know Brentford had a lot of chances in those last 20, but the players that you brought in, particularly Malang Sarr, I thought was fantastic. So there's no issue there. It is just, I think, from what I saw at the Brentford game, he goes to the 3-5-2. He's bringing more ball carriers in there, so he wants something to happen from deep. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but you're losing that in the final third, and he's too reliant on Werner's movement and Lukaku as well. And I thought Lukaku, he looked a bit out of it, if I'm honest, in terms of what he can offer. And he's becoming this sort of idea of a target man, rather than keeping the same system that you had and getting players alongside him for him to link up with. Now he's looking too isolated, and I think Tuchel is a little bit negative from a chance creation point of view, but I don't. It feels unnecessary to me. It feels unnecessary to change it in the way that he did, to go to that 5-man midfield. Everything's on the wing backs, to be honest. If we play against you lot, which we will in December, I'll be sitting there going, let's just sit deep. Let's just deal with the wide areas, because we can deal with Lukaku if he can't get in behind or turn a player, and that's your problem. It's again, you've had missed form, haven't you? Havertz hasn't been on form. Mount has been on and off, obviously, but Tuchel has got to sort that out, because when you're competing at that end of the league, people will figure it out, and there'll be teams like the City, the Liverpool, that will just go, right, this is exactly what we need to do against these lot, and they have done it. So there is a concern, but I think you're third, aren't you? You're the third team in the league. That's what it feels like to me. and you've got to try and change it if you want to compete.
Yeah, I think the thing is with Chelsea is that we've been burnt before last season being top of the Premier League and maybe not analysing the team properly in terms of, yes, we're top of the league with Lampard in November, but what's the underlying issues here? And then everything just come
I'm back.
December and Christmas, and it was a madness.
Big business story.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at Chelsea. I'm like, fantastic, we're top, defense is fine, but the lack of chances created in midfield, some key traits and characteristics that are missing. The fact that we're not, again, hopefully it's coming in this spell where we start to use Lukaku better, but Lukaku's always been best in that right channel, running in behind and getting on the end of things and scoring like that. But we're using him as, like you said, this target man. And we need to find that. Last season, like you said, we created chances with the fluid front three. Now we've got a proper striker up front. We're not creating chances. We need to get that balance right in terms of.
It don't make sense to me. Why would you change something? Get a player in that's supposed to literally take those chances, and then go, actually, do you know, we'll tinker it a little bit like that. I find a bit strange. I don't know if he's overthinking it or not. If I'm honest,
I don't know. I feel like we also don't get our head up and execute passes that need to be played a lot earlier than, like, I've seen Lampard, Fabregas, so many guys from midfield play these passes just so much faster. And when you look at Chelsea, they just take that extra touch.
That's because they're not in Lampard or Fabregas level. Yeah. They're good players. Yeah, you have got a good midfield, really good midfield. But you know, I remember a pass Fabregas did for Diego Costa. I can't remember who it was against. He literally just, boom, yeah, and it was like, how have you done that? Yeah, nobody else in the Premier League at that time would have been able to do that pass. Not even David Silva, mate. Yeah, like Fabregas was levels clear of a lot of players at that time, and you haven't really got someone in your team that can do that. And when you've got players that can do that, you go on and win titles. Yeah, I don't think you'll win it. I think you'll be in the race all the way, but you ain't winning it. I think you'll fade out about end of March, early April, because that is the difference. When you look at De Bruyne can do them passes. Yeah, when you look at Liverpool, they kind of play slightly different, but they've still got players in their team that can do a killer pass. Like Henderson is one of them. He's not as good as Fabregas and players like that. I don't think he's even as good as your midfield, or any of your midfield. But I do rate Henderson. But I think that his passing, in terms of final ball, is a lot better than most of your midfielders.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that would be the difference, because you're relying solely on Lukaku at the moment, yeah, who's not doing it. And then out of nowhere, your defenders are pinging goals in. As soon as them defenders stop scoring, you've got nothing. And you need to fix that quick, because you can't keep relying on Chilwell to score goals.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, we can't keep relying on these wing backs or someone to pop up. Let me go through I feel like people are forgetting how difficult it is to sustain a title race in this country, because Chelsea have not been in the title race since they won it in 2017. So this is why I'm so onto this team right now, in terms of, we might be top now, but I don't think people are clocking just how grueling these title races are and the moments that you're going to have to conjure up to stay in it. 17-18, Man City win the league, 100 points. 18-19, Man City win the league, Liverpool come second, 98 and 97 points. 19-20, Liverpool win the league, 99 points. Man City win the league last season, 86 points. A good distance to the rest of the pack, because obviously Liverpool picked up their injuries. Otherwise, I think they would have been right up there like they are this season. Winning this league, you need to accumulate a ridiculous amount of points now. It's very, very difficult. And we saw last season, Man City, they started slow. They started to get it ticking. And then as the season goes on, they start to, fix themselves up. Liverpool this year, I think they're going all the way. Like I said it on Big Six, and people tried to pretend, we're going to sleep on. No, Grizz, we're not sleeping on your team. Trust me. Liverpool are looking mad. Nobody is sleeping on. I'm not sleeping on Liverpool. I'm awake.
It's
wide awake.
It's the durability again. It's the durability. Yeah. Like Klopp is playing close to his best 11 these days, with the exception of Thiago. Mane's fit and back on form. Firmino's in the goal. Salah's in the form of his life. Henderson is fit. Fabinho's fit. The whole back four are fit. Tsimikas has come to the party as well, and he's shown himself to be a solid backup as well. So can you keep the core group of players together? And the core doesn't just mean the first 11. It means the first 11 plus your Thiagos, plus your Jotas, plus your Tsimikas. Can you keep these guys fit over the course of the season? And they will be right up there. Whether they'll win it, I don't know, but they will be right up there. They were never going to be out of the title race. It's just where would they finish come game 38?
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
To be fair, I literally think they're so well.
I think it's too early for that. It's only 8 games.
I know.
Some people are saying wait till AFCON.
That's a great shout to AFCON. Yeah, but if you get to the final, if you actually go all the way to the final, that team, that player will only miss 2 Premier League games.
Yeah, so the likelihood that both of them, Mane and Salah, whoever else they've got, will actually
because there's an international break during that AFCON. So,
is there? Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So people are saying, Salah this and Salah that.
Yeah,
he's going to miss 2 games if he gets all the way to the final.
Yeah, deep.
Salah's form is mad enough to say they are. The thing is, right, we've seen Liverpool do this before. We've seen them pull away. We've seen City do it as well. So when we're talking about that title race, Man City and Liverpool both got the capability to just go win to win to win to win. And I've seen Liverpool do it. And the level they're performing at indicates to me that they could pull away at some point. And in which case, even if you do count in AFCON and he misses 2 games or whatever, I still think they'll have a bit of a buffer. They're that good. City are good as well. But Liverpool, for me, when they're firing, I think they're the best side to watch in the league. And I think they're probably the best 11. So, yeah, fair play to them, mate. But, yeah, I think I'll rate them. I rate them very, very highly. Even Firmino getting a hat-trick the other day. Do you know what I mean?
Firmino's underrated, though, man. I don't know why people don't rate him. His quality.
I don't think he is, you know. I think everyone rates Firmino how he should be rated. He's a good player, quality player on his day, but he's not like a quality striker. Like, he just isn't.
Yeah, but he's not a striker. That's the point.
I don't think he has to be a quality striker in that system, though, does he?
But he's the link man. That's all he is, isn't he? If it's similar, like Chelsea, for example, if you take Lukaku out and put him at Liverpool, that front 3 ain't flourishing.
It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same.
But that's the thing.
I don't know. I think Lukaku will plunder goals at Liverpool.
They'd have to change the way they play, because they play into Firmino and he links the play. Yeah,
but they change it out
and they go on.
What's wrong with change though? Jurgen Klopp has adapted that team so many times over his tenure there, and he always finds a way to work. If anyone can find a way to make that front 3 work, it would be.
No, he probably could, but I think the way that Firmino presses, I think that's underrated. Like the work that he gets through in the middle there. I
think you look at Liverpool. It's such a flexible system. You look at Firmino's goal on Saturday, right? It's not just, I know I've seen him for years drop deep, but he's actually making the run in beyond. He's got it in his locker. So when he's performing like that, then you're thinking, hang on a minute, and Salah's picking up an assist from wide. Then you're going, hang on a minute, there's another level that this team's going to. That's why I think they're probably run clear.
I think I agree with that, Omar. Like, Lukaku's a right forward. He wants to be in the right channel. He's not going to play Firmino's role in terms of like just that.
But why does he? But again, why does he need to play Firmino's role? Like, why? Who's to say that that's the only way Liverpool can be successful playing like this? Firmino was
that's
there
the only way they
last...
have been successsucul.
But Jota's not the same as Firmino. So
Firmino was there for the whole of last season, and how many goals did he score? He was drowning, bro. And for the last
but that whole team was decimated with injuries. They had more injuries than anyone. They had 20 different centre-back partnerships last season. And still
the season before that, when they won the league, he was still the weak link in their attack. He didn't score goals, bro.
No. But you're just putting goal output as seeing him as a striker as a poor season. They won the league. They won the league, and how many goals did Mane and Salah score that season? How many times was he involved in them goals?
I get that.
And it's like, if you take him out, he's basically a number 10. He's not a striker.
What I'm saying though is, I think Firmino's importance to Liverpool is overstated, not by you, but by Liverpool fans. I think it's massively overstated, because Liverpool, to a certain extent, have been carrying Firmino for the last 2 years. They've been carrying Firmino. And I'm not just talking goals, I'm talking all-round performance. Firmino has not been that good. And I like Firmino. He's not been that good. So for me, he is not a player that I look at and I'm like, oh yeah, you are what makes this team tick. It's not the case anymore. I think they could easily replace Firmino and they'd be fine. They could easily do it.
They can have Gibraltar guard if they want him.
Where does his nickname come from? Oh my days.
Mate, he broke a world record against Gibraltar for most key passes
No,
in the
Lee,
game.
you can't be doing that, bro. He scored
Yeah,
a free kick.
You don't miss.
Scored a free kick a couple weeks ago. Don't be doing that.
Mate, he's going to live off the back of that Burnley free kick for the whole
Fucking
season.
beautiful free kick, wasn't it?
He's shit.
Oh no, you can't do
But
that.
yeah, listen, I get what Toby's saying, but for me, I just think like Liverpool's success has been based off of them being the front three. Yeah. And yes, Klopp is a good enough manager or coach, whatever you want to call him, to change a style. But I just think that if you take Firmino out, who are you putting in there? Because technically he's quality. Yeah. So who are you putting? Jota. I rate Jota as well. I rate Jota.
And I would say Jota's not a striker as well. But like that's the point I'm proving. Like Firmino was out of that team in parts last season, and when they had the front three playing and everyone else fit, they didn't miss a beat.
Benzema would be fucking unreal in that team.
For me,
Oh God, can you imagine?
I just deeped it after Real Madrid yesterday.
People in the comments will say I'm mad, but I'm not a prisoner at the moment. I don't get swayed by
No, but Toby, Jota's not a number 10, yeah. Whereas Firmino's a number 10. So for Firmino, it's natural for him to be dropping in.
No, I get that.
Yeah, and then getting in the box. For Jota, he's more of a left-sided player, isn't he? And running down that wing and getting in the box. So I don't think he could play at that focal point of a free for Liverpool. I don't think he can. He's either in for Mane or he ain't.
But here's the thing.
Go on.
I was just saying, Toby, like what you're saying, I think it's true. I think when Jota comes in, Liverpool do tweak it to benefit Jota, and they've shown that they can do that. Firmino can do it as well. What I'm saying is when I'm seeing Firmino getting in beyond and dropping deep, it would say to me that if you prompt to Lukaku there, yes, it would be different. Obviously, it probably wouldn't be as creative, but Jurgen could tweak it 100%. Like,
this is what I'm saying. Like the system does not begin and end with Firmino. This is the same bullshit that Liverpool fans were giving us years ago. Oh, this player can't play in our team because our system. Oh, Aubameyang can't score goals in our team because our system. Harry Kane, he can't do it in our system. I'm sick to death of hearing this.
Toby's rattled, you know. All I said was Firmino's a good player, bro. You know what I mean?
I didn't know this conversation would spark so much.
It's the truth. I like Bobby, but I just don't like when people cover up his inadequacies and say system. Like there are much better players out there that can play in Bobby Firmino's role right now for Liverpool and do a way better job. There are.
Name them.
There are. Strikers, of course there's strikers that can do it. Lukaku will go there and outscore Firmino. Who outscore Firmino?
No, but you're missing the whole point, Toby. It's not about outscoring Firmino because most players in the league in that position will outscore him. It's about will that front three still have the same level of output if Lukaku was there instead of Firmino? For me, I don't think it would.
They would. Did Mo Salah stop scoring last season because Firmino was in the team?
Well, no, that's not the point, is it? Mane did though.
Yeah, but that wasn't down to Firmino. What was Firmino doing so differently for Mane to dip in form? Firmino was still playing and Mane was playing poorly. Yeah. What I'm saying is that system is not predicated on Firmino doing his thing week in, week out. They can cope. I'm not saying that his contributions aren't helpful, but what I'm saying is if they had no Firmino in the system, they could cope. If they had a pure goal scorer in the system, they could cope. That's what I'm saying. Firmino is not the be-all and end-all at Liverpool anymore. We're in 2021. The guy's been stinking out the joint for most of 2021 as well. Like, stop being prisoners of the moment. He's a good player, but that's about where it ends now.
Wow, damning reflection of Firmino. I didn't expect that today.
You know what I mean? What's he done to you? Why did he break your heart, bro? What happened?
You know, he didn't break my heart. It's just when people do.
Does he score against Tottenham a lot?
System stuff. It's just.
Does he score against Tottenham a lot?
Yeah,
I need to check his record against Tottenham.
Didn't he score a last-minute header against you lot?
He does.
He did as well.
He did, didn't he? This is starting to make sense.
Come on, stop it. It's not because of that. I like Bobby Firmino. I like the guy. I actually like him. You have to call a spade a spade. We're here to talk football and analyze football properly.
No, I like it. It's true. It's true. I like the opposing opinions because I think he's a player that splits a lot of people. I do like him. I wouldn't say he's like what I don't know. It's difficult. Is he? Would you define him as world class? Maybe. I don't know.
No, he's never been world class.
He wouldn't
define him as world class. He was a quality player for Liverpool. So I'd say maybe
just
like
below that tip.
2017 to 2019, like he was he was quality. But then, of course, you had people like Jamie Carragher because Liverpool were thriving and were going like this. You had people like Jamie Carragher saying he's world class. No, do you know what world class is? World class is Benzema, Lewandowski, Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Firmino has never been on that level, and he never will be on that level.
Can I just say, you said a minute ago that he's been poor and stinking it out for most of 2021, yeah?
Lee's obviously got stats to bring to the table. I
Yeah,
see.
come on. Man bagged 9 Premier League goals, 7 assists last season, yeah? Apparently stunk the place out in a struggling
In how many
Liverpool
appearances?
team. 36 total appearances. That's
36.
So he had a 1 in 2 output for goals and assists. That's not bad considering Liverpool were decimated all season.
I don't know about that. Doesn't sound like a great season to me.
One.
It's not world class, that's for sure.
No, it's not. It's not. But hang on. For somebody who doesn't
has that
score
output.
goals, my man bagged 9 goals and 7 assists.
Firmino is
In a
always going to be
team
that
where
guy.
apparently he doesn't bag goals.
Lee, he's playing as the front man for Liverpool, and you think 9 goals is enough?
I think when you have to sandwich, I said this the same thing with Werner last season. When you're sandwiching the goals and assists,
And that's when you already lost the argument.
that is when I
Firmino
know.
was a
That's when I
striker.
know there's
That's
something
what it
gone
is.
wrong. Because
Yeah,
if
that's
you
when
had a
you
good
bring money.
season, you could just go goals to games, and it would be a good.
Okay, we'll
ratio.
do that this season then. He's had 8 games, 6 goals.
See,
Yeah,
that's
he's
good.
on a
That's
purple
really
patch.
good.
But
He had the hat trick.
Fine as purple patches. So what I'm saying is he has played, yeah. If I just want to take league games, right? He has played 42 league games and he has bagged 15 goals in 42 appearances. That's including sub appearances, yeah? And that's a total of 3,000 minutes, right? So he has scored 15 goals in 42 appearances. That is not bad considering he is the fucking link man. Yeah, he's not the main guy at Liverpool.
He's the glue.
The third main guy. He's the third main guy, and he's the third main guy on stats.
Lee, go and ask go if you were to go and ask Liverpool fans now who would they upgrade in that first 11, bro? It's not good.
They'd probably say Henderson.
Yeah, he does a lot of spamming on that right channel. He tries to be De Bruyne a lot. In it.
Bobby Firmino goes down. He'll go down in folklore for Liverpool because he's served that club well. Like for someone who isn't an out and out number 9, he's really put that club on his back during his time at Liverpool. But what we're seeing now is the tail end of his career. He's going the other side of his career now, where he's still effective outside the box, but he's never really been a bagsman, and he's never going to get bare goals like that. I think his most number of goals in the league is at 13 and 14 league goals. He's got off to a good start this season, 6 and 4. I'm willing to put good money. This guy's not going to score more than 14 league goals this season. I'm willing to put good money on that.
Oh, you guys the best.
You man love betting, innit?
There's a pattern, bro. I can show you the guy's stats. He's not a goal. He's not a bagsman like that, bro.
That's a really good number as well. Like that's like a
14.
an
I
overall
think he
number.
could do it,
Like, that's a good number
Yeah,
to like bet on. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually quite an
Let's
interesting bet. 14 goals in the Prem, you said.
14 goals in the Prem, yeah.
Fuck
And
me.
he's got
How
6
many
now.
But he always bags against Arsenal. He bagged a hat-trick against us. He
How
scores
many
every
goals has
time
he
he
got so
plays
far in
us.
the Prem this season? Let me see this.
Prem this
There's
season.
a guy in the comments saying, Ashton, can you imagine Firmino maybe shut up, man? I'm tired of you. Honestly, just shut up. What are you talking about?
This is
I
why
know
I
what-
missed the
no.
live
Honestly,
chat
I
for
know
sure.
what I'm talking about, bro. I've seen this Firmino guy. I can show you his expected goal. It's nothing to do with.
Man said expected goals. I'm done.
Yeah.
See you later.
No, it's the truth.
Wait, how did this Firmino thing come up anyway? Like, I actually can't
I
remember.
don't. I was speaking about
what
Liverpool
started it.
title push, and then we just got here.
Oh,
Brilliant.
Yeah, and then I said,
Now-
like,
Cause
Changing the title as we speak, Corey.
Because now
I love that bet. I'll take that bet. He needs another. He needs
Okay,
another
cool.
10
Now that-
goals
yeah.
in 32 appearances if he plays every game.
Huh?
That's a 1 in 3. I'll take that bet. He always
What,
bags
14
against
goals?
us. Yeah, he needs 10 more league goals.
Okay,
In
cool.
fact-
£100 that he doesn't score more than 14 league goals this season.
So he needs 11 more. I'll take that £100.
Wow.
And
That's the
and just
£100
for-
I've already given you, by the way. So it'll just be getting my money back.
just as an FYI, for the guy who said, "Oh, he'll go to Man City, he'll plunder more." Just because he gets more chances at Man City does not mean he's going to convert more chances. Yeah, if you look at his expected goals, he's been a serial underperformer for the past 3 seasons. that suggests that he is not as clinical as he used to be in front of goal.
Mate,
So
you're
the issue
talking
isn't
about
that
expected goals, yeah. Come on, man. Like, listen,
What-
yeah. If
what
you
is
look at
the-
the stats, if you actually look at the stats, yeah, fucking Mustafi had better stats last season than Van Dijk. Yeah,
Lee.
stats don't mean shit. Yeah,
Lee,
at the end of the day,
This
Firmino's a
guy-
quality player, and he's going to be bagging
He's not
15
quality. He's a
goals
good
this
player,
season.
man.
He's already bagged 15 once for Liverpool in a
Lee,
season.
he scored.
He'll do
he
it
scored-
again.
This guy has scored 15 league goals once in his entire
Yep.
Premier League career. The next highest was 12. Firmino has never been a prolific goal scorer because he's not a natural striker. That's all I'm saying.
It makes his
That's
stats look
all I'm
even
saying.
more impressive, then, doesn't it?
And people see it as disrespect. Stop.
No,
People
but
need to
when you said a minute ago, yeah, but that's not good stats. When I was reading his goal stats out, you've
It's
just said
not.
he's not a natural striker, which he isn't. So it makes his attacking midfield stats look
Well, he's
amazing,
playing
doesn't it?
striker, though. He's playing striker. He's not a natural striker, but yet he's playing there. And yet people
No,
want
he's,
to
he's not playing as a striker. That's my point. He's a number 10.
Okay. All right, Lee, it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever, man. I'm just listen. People call it hating. If you want to call me a hater, fine. Call me a hater. Call me a fat man. I actually do. I'm not saying you know. I actually do this shit for a living. I watch football and analyze to the nth degree. I know what I'm talking about.
Why does this guy get so fucking triggered every week?
It's not even about Spurs as well.
Exactly.
You do this for a living. I thought you were.
I'll read a comment and they'll just rubbish everything I'm saying, "Oh, you've got an agenda." No, bro. Just analyze the game. Analyze the game. That's what I'm asking you to do. Just watch your eyes.
Watch with your eyes, and then man just tried to use.
I didn't
XG
realize
as
I had a
fucking
scout on the
stat.
show. I'm fucking blessed. Now I know who Secret Scout is on Twitter.
Whatever, man. I'll stop with Firmino.
What a debate that was. You know what? I like it though, because the when it comes to that, why are you bringing up 1v1 demon? Let me rest in the comments. Fuck me, man. I'm not even involved in this shit. Don't bring this. Don't bring me into this. I'm trying to live my life. I'm fine. Do you think we need to go back to a back four? I mean, that is from Chelsea. That's a lot. We're a long way away from
He put that on about half hour ago, didn't he? He's been waiting patiently.
haven't had the opportunity to get back to that. We've long gone in that one.
Matisse, question for you though. Question for you. So Chelsea now, one of the meanest defenses in Europe, playing with a back three.
Yeah.
If you were to switch to a back four, how much faith do you have in that defense to still be resolute? Like Christensen in a 2, Rudiger in a 2 as opposed to a 3. How much do you back that defense to be as solid?
I put it. I don't. The thing is, I'm gonna make a. I'm not even. I'm actually less worried about. I think Chilwell, he's a left back. Reece James, he's a right back. That's cool. I'm more worried about the wingers that will play ahead of them, and will they? Because if you're going to play a back four, your wingers need to help out the fullbacks. That's just bread and butter. Salah does it for Trent, and I'm sure Mane does it on the other side. Although Robertson at this point is so good defensively, he doesn't even need any help. Is Ziyech going to track back and help the right back, and you know, or is he going to get doubled up on? Is Werner? I mean, Werner's a striker. He can't even play left wing, so that completely rules him out of this system. I've seen him at left wing under Lampard. He was atrocious. He's not a winger. He needs to be as close to goal as possible. He can't dribble 1v1. He can't cross. So is he gonna? Do we want Werner tracking back at left back, helping cover? No. Who else can go there? And then you've got pretty much young Pulisic and young Hudson-Odoi. So I'm more worried about just Chelsea being open again in terms of just being swarmed by, you know, transitions and turnovers, because they're just not. I don't think we even have. There's two teams here. There's teams that fit a back three, and there's teams that fit a back four. We don't. You look at City. You look at Liverpool. They all fit into one system, one formation. Chelsea have got two squads. They've got players that suit a back four, and they've got players that suit a back three. And I'm talking about attackers that suit playing with two up front, or suit playing with second strikers, inside forwards, Kai Havertz, Timo Werner. So am I as confident? No, because I think this is as good as you can get defensively. I don't think it gets better than this. So I think we will be slightly weakened, but not necessarily just because of the individuals, just because of what's in front of them. I don't think defensively that shape that we go into when we're off the ball, it won't be the same shape. I don't know how that looks. So Yeah, I personally don't even think throwing in another attacker is going to change things, because there's still key traits like we've spoken about in terms of the Fabregas pass and key characteristics that are still missing. So even if you add an extra cook into the kitchen, who says you're going to put up a good meal? So I don't really see it like that, to be honest. I think.
What about the 1v1 demon? He might make.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
He's not playing consistently. So as much as we want to take the piss about this 1v1 demon thing,
I want to see this guy. I don't know. Who
There's another
is.
debate we can get into, because I remember when we had a debate on this show about Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, and Sancho. Sancho has 0 GA this season, and I like Sancho, but I said to you guys that Sancho's numbers would drop off in this league. And I know there's a bit of Ollie tax, which again I took into account. He's not been good.
That his numbers will drop off though. But
no, but you guys again until he does something in this league, that you can't make this clear massive separation. I said playing as a right foot on the right wing in the Prem. No, not Hudson-Odoi. Maybe not Hudson-Odoi. And now they're going to bring in Pepe.
Well, Pepe's clear. I think we've proved that.
Oh God, I swear.
Pepe versus Sancho.
Pepe,
clear?
Pepe is a goal threat and does nothing outside of that. He's poor in open play. He's poor in open play. Come on, man, stop it.
I swear to God, this guy. I swear to God.
He's gonna kill Bergwijn.
But no, but seriously, Hudson-Odoi is not played. Hudson-Odoi is not played 3 games
too well. You know me too well.
He's not played 3 or 4 games in a row at left wing. It hasn't happened. So I don't know how you man can continue to lay into Hudson-Odoi when he's not played 3 or 4.
No,
I don't know if he continue to lay into Pepe.
So I said, where is he?
Well, I don't know. He didn't play last game. He didn't start. I'm getting sick and tired of it, if I'm quite honest.
But you called him. We didn't call him that. You did.
What's the longest run of games Pepe's had? Does anyone know? I think it's about 6 in a row. Yeah, and then if you want to talk about outputs, which is what we're talking about for wingers, yeah, then Pepe's got the best out of Bergwijn, Pulisic, and Sancho and Hudson-Odoi. Yeah, I know Sancho's only just got it, but he's still got at least smoking away his haters. Well, exactly. Look, mate, it's lovely and sunny. It's 26 degrees, man.
Fuck's sake.
But this is the thing. He's got the audacity to sit there and dig out Pepe, and he's got Bergwijn in his team.
Yeah, Bergwijn's dead though. Bergwijn's worse than Pepe.
It's very difficult to debate with Toby when he says all his players are shit.
Hudson-Odoi is way better than Bergwijn.
Thank you. We're moving up in this world when we're getting compared to Bergwijn.
The 1v1 demon, mate. He's got to win.
Listen, I'm just saying until he plays consistent 3 or 4 games at left wing.
Who's a good graphic designer so I can get that created into like a cartoon?
I don't know. Throw in Throw in your wingers at right wing back and see how they do their business. Let's see what happens, innit? Do you know what I mean?
We've had Saka at right wing back. We've had him at left wing back. We've had Reece Nelson at right wing back. Yeah, we've had Pepe right wing back. It's mad. And you lot, you're sitting there thinking, well, yeah, we're good defensively, but we don't really score. You're at top of the league. I'd swap, mate. I'd swap.
Yeah, but you don't get any. This is my thing. I'm not gonna do what Saeed did on Big Six and start swooning on in January about being top of the league. You don't win anything for being top of the league right now. You don't. I'd be a hypocrite if I start celebrating right now. We don't.
Viva Ronaldo, trebles, quadruples, the whole shebang, mate. Yeah.
Big up Saeed, but that clip, that skull fuck we did there was no need for that.
I'll see that. I was watching a bit of that today. I've got to finish it off. I'm about 20 minutes in, but that intro was hilarious, man.
Unless you win, unless you're top of the league at game 38, I don't give a shit. Like, you don't get anything for being top of the league right now. That's why I'm not posting, Chelsea are top of the league. Like, you don't get anything for that right now. There is no trophy for that. There is nothing. Unless you're top of the league when it matters, no one cares. So I'm very much in the business of how we looking for the rest of the season, and that's about it.
There's a comment in there from somebody called Tiz saying, I don't want to hear about Pepe when he stat pads against relegation sides. Yeah. He scored against Man United, mate. So are they relegation? Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like,
happy birthday to Yami. Happy birthday.
Come on. Yeah, come on. Yomi's a real one, bro.
What the hell?
What's wrong with you? Huh? It's man's birthday and you're enjoying
his name properly at least when he's sending you.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? You called him Yami. His name's Yomi.
Oh shit! Sorry, I'm blind. I thought that
You
was
need to
an
go
A.
back to Specsavers and upgrade your downgradings.
I thought that was an A. I'm blind. Everybody knows I
Like
can't
the
see
sex
very
aid
well,
is
man.
nerd, man.
I have Big Steve's vision yesterday all of the time. That is my vision constantly. the Chelsea's midfielder have better
Are we
vision
going to
than I
preview the
do.
game this upcoming weekend, you know? Me and Corey.
Yeah, we would have done, mate, but we were talking about Firmino for about an hour and a half.
Because I'm not going to lie, like, Spurs should be beating Newcastle. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, you need to congratulate them and move on. I think West Ham is the acid test. Like, that midfield controlled a game against Longstaff and Hayden. Now can you do it against fucking a banging form Declan Rice, a tough as nails Thomas Souček who eats bricks and nails for lunch? And
He got his eye taken out as well. See his eye after Sunday?
Yeah, bro, I saw the stitches.
Split lip.
I saw the
Yeah.
stitches.
Oh my god.
Terminate,
So,
mate.
West Ham, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've only lost once this season, right? Is it one game you've lost this season? To United?
No, twice, innit? Man United and Brentford.
Man United and Brentford, yeah. So for me, it's like you lot, not only are you a bit more resolute, in fact, a lot more resolute defensively, but you can actually play football. You can take the game to sides. So I'm really worried about this fixture in terms of what we can do here. Like on paper, we have the capacity to win, but I don't think we're going to win, and I just think it's going to be a tough game for us.
I don't think we're as good defensively as you might think we are. I think we've looked a little bit shaky this season because we want to build up from the back, and I don't think Tottenham, from what I can see, are going to press us well enough to cause us. That's the reason why we look so good against Everton, because their press was non-existent. Like our centre backs had the freedom, Deck had the freedom to pick the passes. If Tottenham don't press us, or you do that half press that he did against Arsenal, then it's going to be easy for us. But on a serious note, I absolutely hope we batter them. Like, I really just want to batter Tottenham at that London stadium, send them home crying. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go, ringing out. That's exactly what I want.
Mate, I swear to God, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything. I'm not going to say a thing. You bet free that you beat us on Sunday. If you don't beat us on Sunday and we win, oh my God, it's long for you on the next London Carnage. It is long.
Mate, I've seen the state of Eric Dyer. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now.
Oh God, that man.
He's having nightmares about Mikel Antonio. I'm telling you now.
Yeah,
He's like,
honestly, Antonio's going to bully us. But
I'm
Ramiro
not bullies him, mate. Chucks him in the crowd. Go on, takes him out. I can't stand Tottenham, mate. Honestly, I
Who's
swear.
the favourite for this game? That's a
can't
good
stand West
question.
Ham.
Who's-
I can't stand the fans as well.
Yeah,
And
immediately
so many West
sacrificed
Ham
it.
fans live near me now. I can't stand your fan base and your shitty club colours.
Yeah, but it's fine, Tobs. You'll
Are
only
you
be there
joking?
for
Mate,
4
your
minutes anyway,
shirts-
mate, and then you'll be fucking on the tube home, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Tobs, you'll be gone at about half hour in anyway. To be honest, with you.
He's already pre-booked his Uber.
He's already checked the train times. Thinking, I can get out of here. And then we can get out there.
I'm not actually going to that game, but I'll have you know this. Yeah, I'll have you know this. I've been to every single game at the London Stadium where we've played, apart from the first one when we lost 1-0, and I have a 100% win record.
Really? Are you going this weekend?
just
Good job you're not there, then.
Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that.
I'm not going. Yeah, but I'm not going. I'm not
Oh, well,
going.
then you're losing.
I wasn't there last season and we lost as well. So just saying.
I've got to be honest. I think West Ham can do a bit of a job on Tottenham. But what I will say is, if we go into that game and we're naive, which at times this season we have been, you look at some of their players. Ndombele, Kane looks better, positioning wise looks a lot better. Son's a threat. You look at their ball carriers. If West Ham don't either press them or we're too lax in possession, they're going to hurt us. Like, they've got the quality to do it. Højbjerg's got the quality from deep. So I don't want us to go into the game thinking, Tottenham haven't looked, they've been inconsistent this season, because there's a few teams, Tottenham, Arsenal, if they turn it on or their players decide to turn it on, then all of a sudden we're in for a game. And that's where West Ham have gone wrong at home this season. We've been too passive.
Bear in mind is as well, Harry Kane loves a goal against West Ham, and him scoring against Newcastle is bad news for you. It's bad news for you. So
Yeah, but I'm kind of hoping
You think this is the start of something new? Like
I think he's going to kickstart his season. Yeah, 100%.
But let's be real though.
Wow,
Let's be real.
I said it before the Newcastle game. He's going to kick all of this talk about Kane down in tools all season.
I hope Kane actually has a Hazard season that he had, so you can stop mentioning it.
He won't have a Hazard season.
Have you managed to get rid of that ticket you've been desperately trying to flog yet?
Yes. Does anyone need a ticket to Vitesse? Fucking hell, man. I can't make it, and I'm like, I don't want to be out of money, but
Who you playing?
No one takes it.
But they're playing Vitesse. They're playing our loan army.
Yeah.
If you don't fucking win that, you are in for shit when you come back.
They're playing Chelsea's franchise. Dear me. It's tough down there.
And you know what? Knowing us, we probably will end up with a draw that game. Watch.
Playing our under 23s.
That's another point as well. We're both playing in Europe, albeit one's playing in a Tin Pot League, and we're actually playing in a proper European competition. But
yeah,
we got to see how we manage that. To be fair,
you guys have a song. Do they have a song? Do the Conference League have a song yet? What is the song for that?
Tob's been the inaugural season of it. Should know.
Did you remix the Europa League song? Oh my god!
It's the same as the Europa League song.
Are you taking the piss?
Really?
Are you taking the piss?
Is it actually the same?
It's the same, yeah.
They couldn't afford another song,
Mate. Do you know what's even funny?
It's a shorter version.
Yeah. That was funny.
Can't play it all.
The finals in Tirana, and the stadium holds 25,000, of which half are going to be executives. Yeah, it's like there's literally going to be 12,000 fans going to the final. It's mad.
That's probably 11,000 more than West Ham have got anyway. So it's all good.
That's the Baku split, isn't
That's
it?
real funny. We didn't fill out our stadium every week or away. Dear me.
You had the game this Sunday then, Corey.
I can't wait, mate. I'm getting there early. I'm telling you now. I want the atmosphere. I want it bouncing in there. I don't want.
The only issue is that running track. I'm not gonna lie. That fucking running track pisses me off.
Oh, mate, I'm not defending it. Like I know what it is. Totally would tell you. Like, I'm not stupid, but I'll just take it, mate. I'll take it. Yeah, get on the running track. Get underneath the ground. Start celebrating.
Oh man, Brent says you're my guy, Lee, but Pepe is dead food.
I don't get the Pepe hate. I genuinely don't get it.
I think it's because he cost 72 million and he's just nothing near.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but this is what makes me laugh with it. Yeah, where's all this abuse for Havertz? He costs the same money, and he's got one goal for Chelsea in the league.
It's the truth.
Matisse has gone. Look, he's had enough.
He's upset.
He got the ump.
Didn't need to do that. Come on, mate.
Don't do that.
He scored
Makes the rest of this conversation very difficult.
He's allowed to play shit.
Havertz won the Champions League. That's a good point. He scored the winner. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so what you're saying is, yeah, Havertz won the Champions League. So in about 20 years' time, he's going to be Chelsea manager then.
Oh, don't do that.
Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, yeah? You can't just live off of one goal for the rest of your career. Yes, it was a big goal. It was an important
I agree.
goal.
He can't. He needs
competition to
to
win, of course, yeah? But
can't live off that.
mate, he's been shocking. Let's just be real with it. I like Havertz, but he has been shocking. And because he's not
He had a
Nicola
good start
Pepe,
for like the first 3 games, and then since then, yeah, I agree.
but because he's not Nicola Pepe, and people saying Nicola Pepe's 27, yeah, Pepe's 26, yeah, and he's in and out of the team constantly. I don't think he's played more than 6 games straight, and he was our top goal contributor last season. Yeah, and then Havertz has bagged 1 goal in it. Is it 1? I think he scored 1 league goal.
Scored against Liverpool, I think. Yeah.
And he's been
but one
around
is
for a year.
22 and the other one is 27. That's a good point, chat. Keep it up.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. The fact is, they both cost £72 million. One of them was one of the brightest young talents in the world.
But it's kind of
and the
like
other
what I
one
say
was
for
Nicola
Ziyech.
Pepe.
It's kind of what I say for Ziyech. One is in his prime, and this is the best of him that you're getting currently. This is his prime.
It's not though. It's not, because if we get a proper manager,
True.
yeah, you watch him, he'll bag
Arteta
20
packs.
goals a season. He's quality.
I do agree with that. There is Arteta tax that you have to put on them. And
There is
and
Arteta
Oli
tax, but come on, Pepe, he can't control a football properly as well. And for someone who,
Are you mad?
He can't.
You're so rude.
That's coming from me. I'm terrible.
Yo, especially after that video you did with AFTV, for you to say that, it's fucking mad. Someone needs to get a clip of Toby controlling the ball and get Pepe and put them in together and like amalgamate it like that and make a song about
Man
it.
missed an open goal from 6 yards out and ballooned it over the bar. Like, what was he doing?
Someone needs to get Pepe's worst touches, put it with Toby, and sync it together, and have them like doing it together. Like, oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Nicolas Pepe, it's clear to see that he's not an awful player, like, but for someone who has the capacity to go past players and stuff, like it's weird. He's just not threatening enough in games. Like he can score goals, no doubt. He can get goals, but he is just not threatening enough. He doesn't help with build up, and he doesn't really commit his fullback. I watched the game in pre-season against us, and he played really well in that game. And I'm like, why don't I see this Pepe more often when you play? Like, it's just weird. Like,
No, but you say he doesn't commit his fullback, yeah? It doesn't help when you've got Tomiyasu who don't go over the halfway line. Yeah, before that, he's had Bellerin playing as an inverted fullback. So every time he ducks his shoulder to come inside, Bellerin's there. Now he's got Martin Odegaard running out to that space. So it's like you've got nobody overlapping. He needs an overlapping fullback, right? And Tomiyasu, maybe he is that guy, just not under this manager. Yeah, but Pepe, put him under a proper manager, mate. Yeah, I'm telling you now, that guy will flourish. He is a quality footballer. And just because he looks dopey on the ball sometimes, and it is frustrating, yeah. But you say the guy can't trap a ball and this and that. Rubbish. He's quality, man. Absolutely quality. Yeah, and he just needs a consistent run of 15 games in a row, and you'll see him bag for fun.
This is how I feel about Hudson-Odoi. This is
Are we talking
how I feel.
Lee, are we talking quality for mid-table or quality for top 6 side? Because if it's the latter, I've not seen that player.
Yeah, but I've not seen him play more than 6 in a row. And he still finished as our top goal contributor last season in a dead team, yeah? And this is why when I'm comparing him to Havertz, somebody in the chat said, yeah, but Havertz is his first full season. Well, it's not. It's his second full season. And it's Pepe's third. So he's only been here a year longer than Havertz. Yeah? So he's been here a year longer. So at the end of this season, I want to see Havertz stats.
Oh, shit.
Yeah? So Havertz better start bagging 10, 15 goals this season, otherwise Pepe's clear. Yeah, Pepe scored 10 goals in the league last season.
Most of them came towards the end, and he was.
Do they not count then?
No, they do count. I'm just saying that his quality is not consistent throughout the season.
Yeah, his starts are not consistent either because the manager's a terrorist, bruv.
I agree with that, but I'm saying even when he plays.
How we've got through this whole stream without mentioning Tammy Abraham, how it would be brilliant for us.
There's our tech attacks, definitely, Lee, but I'm just saying, like, Pepe needs to also take some responsibility for his career as well. Because I can say the same thing about Bergwijn. Bergwijn's not had hella starts, but the games we've seen from him when he's played, he's just not done enough. He's not done enough. I
disagree. I totally disagree, mate. That guy for Arsenal, total games, 96 games, yeah? That's including sub appearances, which is probably half of them. 25 goals, 17 assists. Mate, that ain't bad for
again. Some of these goals are against
row.
Microsoft Excel in the Europa League, and we have
it's
to.
It's irrelevant. You still got to score.
I know, but the position that you play,
yeah,
you know,
your boy's
they don't
not doing
equivalent to Champions League.
Yeah, no, but listen, your boy's not doing it, and he's in the best team in Europe. Yeah, based on last season. Yes, he did it in the final. I get that, right? But he's playing up against teams in the Premier League. Yeah, that you should be going out and slapping, and he ain't even producing.
Well, we're coming up to that. Norwich this weekend. I'm expecting big things.
Okay, well, let's see if he scores.
Oh, God, bro. Come on. He doesn't perform.
Oh, bro, fuck me. I'm gonna read out some super chats and wrap this one up because I know Corey's got to get back to work. He's not wearing that suit for no reason, people. He's a businessman doing business.
No, just dress up now. Just dress up for him.
They think you're just wearing a suit in the daytime.
I'm still at home. I'm just downstairs.
He's just at home. He's just finished watching like a Netflix series. Just come in here with the suit on. So yeah, let's all join forces to make sure Newcastle get relegated, at least for Spurs and Arsenal's sake. Listen, I can't wait until Newcastle start spending the money. That's a whole conversation there. Robert says Ndombele is just an expensive Loftus-Cheek. I think Loftus-Cheek's playing well right now. I don't understand the slander. Robert Brent says Havertz is dead. So is Pepe. Rat Army Arteta out. Okay, wow.
He's not dead.
OS is saying Tobs, you from Goodmays, Chedwell Heath. He's really trying to locate you, bro. He's trying to track you down. You see, you pissed off the Chelsea. The Chelsea Virgins are about to have your fucking air code if you're not careful.
I'm near there, but I'm not giving you my address.
And this one says Hudson-Odoi, our most creative player, club politics. Yeah, bro. Listen, I'm still waiting for him to get some opportunities to shine, so I can shut these brothers up. But until we have evidence, the jury won't listen. Listen, guys, it's been a great show. Big up to everybody. It's been the first time we've been live on this one for a couple of weeks, and we've had the full panel. So you guys have loved this one. Make sure you're subscribed to everybody's channels here. TapinTobs, Lee, West Ham Way. All the links are in the description. Anybody got content coming out they wanna plug, push in the vlogs, Lee?
I'm going to. I haven't been doing any vlogs recently. I've been chilling, if I'm honest.
Enjoy it.
I know I have. No, but obviously like Chig passed away and I had a week off pretty much. And then it was just like, oh, the algorithm's dead on that vlog channel. So I've got to start live streaming on it to boost it.
Oh, fuck. Is that what? Yeah, YouTube's a bitch.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to start doing some live streams on it, which I'm going to do this week. I'm going to do a stream on the main channel, maybe a couple of hours from now, just having a little look forward to Dean Smith pulling Arteta's pants down again.
Anybody else? Any content coming out? I know the Tottenham show was last night as well. I've seen that.
Yeah, probably West Ham preview on Friday, and then next week, what I'm gonna do, I've listened to Lee's, taking Lee's points on board. I'm gonna start doing pre-recorded shows for the my overrated, underrated show. So I'm actually gonna have that consistent as of next week. So I'm just gonna load it up and just have at it.
Lovely. And Corey's a busy man, but how you doing, bro?
I've got my video out for Genk, so that's my team that I want to see at least. But everyone's completely different, so it don't really matter. And then post match for Genk, then Tottenham. Build up begins, mate. Build up begins. So there'll be preview out for that, mate. And I'll be at the game on Sunday. So fingers crossed, mate. Finish them lot off, send them back to North London, and we can talk about it next week.
Well, guys, make sure you smash up the likes. Leave your comments in the description. Smash up the likes on this one. It's been a great show. Obviously, I'll be back for the Malmo watch along, and obviously, yeah, of course, there'll definitely be a watch along today. I'll be back for that, so not to fear. We haven't done that since Juventus. And Lee said just before we go, one day Ramos was better Spurs manager than Poch because he won the League Cup. By that logic, Kai is better than Henry. All right. Well, I'm not going to let anybody comment on that one about the Champions League win. I'm going to
didn't Thierry Henry win a Champions League with Barcelona then.
We're going to wrap that up.
He won the Champions League with Barca. Arteta out.
I'm gone. In a bit, people. Peace.